Hello, my name's Eleni Allen, and I would like to talk to you about the motherhold enmeshment. And I would like to talk about how the child, when the mother is parentifying the child and using the child as an extension of themselves and objectifying the child to fulfill the needs of the parent, not the child. Now, with a child, it will learn to have its own defences and its own, and have to learn a form of response to be able to survive in that environment. As parentifying a child, or a child's place is not to look after the parent, and the child needs to learn to have defense mechanisms to survive, because it's not innate in the child to be the parent's surrogate partner. It's just not innate, and it goes against the grain of the child's innate self. So there's two types of responses that the child will learn to develop. And we've got the fight, flight, fawn and freeze. Now, the child will predominantly either sway more so to the fawn type, to like develop people please and be codependent, and to just try to be friends and try to be nice and ignore their own needs. And so you've got the fawn type, the codependency people pleaser, or we have the fight type, which ends up to have more narcissistic traits. So, and I would like to say that with the fight type, they're not likely to, you know, likely to want to grow and learn and move on and get better. They're more likely to meet somebody, and there is more fawn type there. So I would like to focus on today on the partner of the enmeshed man, who is the fight type narcissist. So I have a comment of one lady, which has very kindly left a wonderful comment. Her name is Natalia, and she is with a narcissistic fight type enmeshed man. And she was the third wheel in the marriage, where she did not have that bonding, that intimacy with her partner. The partner was with the mother, has the intimacy with the mother and not with her. Now, this became to be quite humiliating and embarrassing for Natalia, because he was a police officer and she was herself in law enforcement, which was, what do you do, and he was a Christian as well. So it's like, the exterior showed to be, this wonderful person that was, a police officer who was law abiding and was a Christian too. So, and it was his mother. And this is a thing on my personal experience that I struggled with, and I was in the relationship for about 12 years. Because it was his mother, it felt like I was wrong, even though I felt like I was the mistress. And also Natalia says that she felt like she was the mistress as well, because that is the position that you're put. You are not the main woman in your husband's life. And this can leave you with a lot of trauma and have a lot of your own complex post-traumatic stress disorder pressed, your own buttons pressed, to the degree that you do end up horrendously traumatized, as I was. And how do we heal from that? How do we heal from the trauma of being with a fight type narcissistic man that is enmeshed with his mother? How do we heal from that? Now, my own personal journey within that is that I came to see that I had complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and that was being triggered. I was getting abused. I was getting emotionally abused. I was getting neglected in every way. Now, I believe, maybe right, maybe wrong, but I believe that we are attracted to the narcissistic types because we feel familiar within that relationship, even though we don't know, it's on an unconscious level, that we are attracted to that type because of something happened to us in childhood, or if we had codependent parents or narcissistic parents. So that is a learned process, and we are attracted to things that we know. Now, with this, and Sigmund Freud put it, the repetition compulsion. So we are attracted to what we had when we were children. And that's why when we meet somebody, that we have that pull, that chemistry, that, oh my God, he's so nice. But that is that repetition compulsion, and we will repeat and repeat this pattern until we learn to heal. Now, there's a section of this in the Pete Walker's book, From Surviving to Thriving. Now, the chances are that if we are attracted to people with narcissistic traits, that we have complex post-traumatic stress disorder of a kind, and maybe we have more the fawn type. So for us to begin to learn the complex post-traumatic stress disorder, we need to be very happy to understand that it is a learned response. It is not who we are. It is not ingrained in our DNA, but we are able to break it. And I just want to read you a little section here from Pete Walker's book. And he says, quote, "First, the good news about CPTSD is it is a learned set of responses, and failure to complete numerous important development tasks. This means that it is environmentally and not genetically caused. In other words, unlike most of the diagnoses it is confused with, it is neither inborn nor characterologically as such, it is learnt. It is not inscribed in your DNA. It is a disorder caused by nurture, or rather the lack of it, or nature." So we are able to break that pattern of getting and being attracted to unhealthy attachments, or being attracted to more of the abuse that what we had as children. So let's see now how I got to be in a more better place within this after being with the fight type narcissistic enmeshed man, was by sitting and accepting my emotions, not shouting or screaming, even though I felt like it, and I have done that for many years. I used to get a cushion and beat it and imagine it was his mum. I think I've killed her about 1,000 times in my head. But how I began to heal from that was to sit still and allow the emotions to flow. Not in my head, no, he said, she said, none of that. Just sit with the emotions. Sit still with the emotions. And that's incredibly hard. That is so incredibly hard. It takes time. But even get a pen and write down, I feel humiliated. I feel distressed. I feel outrage. And stay with the emotion. Because these are our emotions. We've got energy that's trapped inside of us. We need to release that energy. We need to release those emotions. So firstly, just accept where you are and allow the emotions to flow. Doesn't, when you get your outrage, it doesn't mean you've got to throw something or do nothing. Just sit still with the emotions. Like I says, that's incredibly hard. Incredibly hard. And I think with me as well, I got a great teacher, Richard Grannon. He's on Spartan Life Coach, if you're not aware, and he's giving away a free course of healing the flashbacks, I think. But he's giving away a free course. But if you have a look of for Richard Grannon on there, then yeah, that's great. And the other thing is to self-care. And what can that be? What self-care look like when we haven't done this? Ask yourself, you have to learn to listen to our intuition. Using just a little, start small example. Right, do I want a cup of tea? No, do I want a cup of tea or a coffee? Sit, think, what do I fancy? I'll have a cup of coffee. Just something as simple as that, like watching TV. What do I really feel? Have a feel of what you really want to watch. And gradually, you will learn to self-love, self-care, and learn to reconnect with yourself and heal that repetition compulsion. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for your time, and please leave a message in the comments box, and I will see you really soon. Bye bye.